independently, I've had a very top experienced oncologist in the UK, in London, one of the best in the country, who's expressed exactly the same concerns to me for a long period of time about the mRNA vaccine. So they weren't all mRNA, but the ones that were, he's been very concerned about that. What do you feel about that particular issue?
Unfortunately, the mRNA platform, though it is brilliant in its conception, is fatally flawed. And although there are arguably applications where it might be useful, something like the treatment of a deadly cancer, it is not appropriate to vaccinate against a relatively mundane disease like COVID. The reason that it isn't is that the platform itself carries hazards at its core that at the moment we have no technological fix for. So the myocarditis and pericarditis that showed up as a result of COVID vaccinations are inherent to the platform, not to the messenger RNA that was delivered inside these shots. It would, in my opinion, be almost certain to show up irrespective of what foreign protein was encoded by the vaccine in question. And it would be no service to the public if we were to allow vaccines that have this flaw to be deployed only to discover years later that people had been injured and died because of them.
In simple layman's terms, is the issue with mRNA that in an effort to provide immunity against COVID-19, it damages and reduces your general immunity in many people?
No, I would say it's actually much worse than that. That's true, but the problem is that the design of this platform is to induce your own cells to make a foreign protein which gets displayed on the surface of those cells. That's as intended. But because there's no targeting mechanism to lead it to happen only in certain tissues, it can happen haphazardly around the body, including in places like your heart. And what that triggers is your own immune system to see those foreign proteins and conclude the only thing they can, which is that those cells have been virally infected. And the right response, the natural response of the body, is to take virally infected cells and destroy them. So the idea that we get myocarditis from the COVID shots is really standing in for a much starker reality, which is that inflammation, myocarditis, is the symptom of damage to the heart done by our own immune systems in response to the cells in the heart producing a foreign protein and triggering our immune system to attack them.
Now, I have to say that independently, I've had a very top experienced oncologist in the UK, in London, one of the best in the country, who's expressed exactly the same concerns to me for a long period of time about the mRNA vaccine. So they weren't all mRNA, but the ones that were, he's been very concerned about that. What do you feel about that particular issue?